Today, old monkey Jade, her fur touched with the grey of many seasons, has brought her youngest daughter, Javo, to sit on the stone house and rest. The rain has softened the world, made the greens deeper, the air cooler. It is a moment of pause. And during this gentle rain, we offered food. Coconuts cracked open, their sweet water and white flesh a treasure. We offered them to Jade and to her other friends sitting nearby on the warm, wet stone. But little Javo, she did not sit close to her mother, not when food is present. We gave her a piece and she took it, darting away to eat somewhere else, alone. This is the habit, the unbreakable rule of survival. A mother, no matter how deep her love, does not feed her child from her own first share. She must eat. She must be full first. Only then, from what remains, might the child receive. It is not cruelty. It is the arithmetic of endurance. There is no leisure here. It is a hurried, focused consumption. Her eyes, dark and watchful, flicker from her food to the spaces around her. She is afraid, always afraid that another, stronger, quicker, will come and take it from her. And with the taking, often comes a shove, a bite, a show of dominance, harm. She is too old for fights she cannot win. After the coconut was finished, Jade left the stone house quickly. No lingering. She moved to a new place, a little apart. Here we offered more. Fruit, another piece of coconut. We also tried a small, gentle experiment. We encouraged the little one, Javo, to try to nurse, to seek the comfort of her mother's milk. But Jade, for a long while, had only room for the fruit in her hands. Her focus was a wall. The child nudged, but found no opening. In the end, Javo did what she must. She took the remains, the fragments of coconut shell her mother had already gnawed clean. She scavenged them, then ran off again. A clean transaction. No harm, no struggle. Just the quiet understanding of the way things are. Now, a banana. Watch her mouth. See how she stuffs the entire thing into her cheek pouch hurriedly until it bulges. This is another habit, born of the same fear. When you have food, you do not hold it in your hand for others to see. You store it, you secure it, inside you, then can sit and slowly chew one morsel at a time. You eat in safety, from the inside out, a private feast guarded by your own body. Once her cheek pouches were empty, we gave her more coconut. A wave of what looks like satisfaction passes over her, a softening of the shoulders. But when we attempt to give a piece directly to Javo, to let them eat side by side, Jade takes it. She claims it. She holds the coconut close, her teeth biting deep, taking almost a third of it in one anxious bite. Jade is truly hungry, and this hunger is not just physical. It is a state of mind, a worry that lives in her bones. Every morsel is a temporary possession, under threat. So she compliments. No, she competes. Even with the empty air, with the mere possibility of loss, to eat as fast as her old teeth will allow. And if we turn our gaze away from this quiet desperation, we see Javo. She is sitting alone on a young coconut tree, swaying gently. She is happy, playing with a leaf, utterly content, far from the weight of her mother's struggle. The world is still a game for her. When Jade is finally done, Javo returns. She hops over and sits close to her mother again, not for affection in this moment, but for inspection. Her bright eyes scan the ground, her mother's hands, her mouth. Is there anything left? What food remains after you have eaten? And yes, there is something. A piece of shell with a shred of flesh. Javo picks it up, takes a few bites, but it is not enough. She is still not full. Her eyes lift from her mother to the world. She looks at the nearby trees, picks a leaf, catches a slow insect. Her search expands. She is learning. But Jade is finished searching for now. A deep fatigue is setting in. She sits, her body slowly stilling, looking for a place to rest. She finds a spot, a flat stone, sun-warmed. She begins to make her way towards it, but the movement is slow, labored. A few steps, then a pause. It is not right to sit down just anywhere. You must choose carefully, but the choosing itself is exhausting. The journey of a few feet is a trek. Age has taken the strength for long travel. Hunger has hollowed the energy reserves. On her slow journey, a shadow returns. Another member of the troop, one who has harassed her before, follows. It knows she has been fed. It lingers, just at the edge of her vision, watching. It does nothing this time, just watches. But its presence is a pressure, a reminder. Jade and her child move now with a different energy, not just fatigue, but fear. A hurried, anxious shuffle to escape the possibility of mistreatment, to put distance between themselves and that watchful, dominant gaze. And then, suddenly, the path is blocked. A large male monkey, the group's protector, its enforcer, stands before her. He does not need to threaten. His size is the threat. He asks for his due, a toll, a tax for safe passage in his territory. Jade has no argument to make, no strength to protest. She can only endure. She submits, allowing him to take a piece of fruit she had tucked away, or perhaps simply offering a submissive gesture. The protection fee is paid. After this transaction, this small humiliation of survival, she manages to sit, just for a moment, to gather some strength from mere stillness. Then she moves forward again, alone. Where is Javo? She is not with her now. She is busy elsewhere playing with friends, her childhood a buffer against her mother's harsh economy. Traveled Jade sits, truly sits, not to eat, not to watch, but to be. Quietly. This is emotional exhaustion, physical fatigue. She sits and she looks around, her gaze not scanning for threats or food, but simply seeing. The trees, the light, the world that demands so much from her. Little by little, step by weary step, she finally reaches a location. Her location, a place she uses every day to rest. And here we see it, a slight change, a release. The tension in her old shoulders drops just a fraction. Here, there is no mess. No one else is bothering her. She has arrived at the sanctuary of the familiar. Home? It is not a nest. It is not a burrow. For Jade, home, this moment, is the simple, profound fact of being unmolested. It falls upon her own body, this feeling, a weight of safety sewn onto her fatigue. She rests. But only for a little while. Soon the poorness of her condition, the lingering hunger, stirs her again. The journey must continue. Seeing this fatigue, this enduring hunger, we offer more, the remaining pieces of coconut, not a feast, but a sustenance, a gift to satisfy the immediate ache, to convert into the strength needed for the next hour of her daily life. We see now, clearly, that Jade's ability to find food for herself has declined, steeply. The forest is a vast pantry, but she lacks the strength to climb its highest shelves, to travel its farthest aisles. Hunger is not an emergency for an old monkey like Jade. It is a common state, a background condition. So this offering, it is not interference. It is a necessity. We give whenever we can. And the truth of her world is reaffirmed in an instant. A younger monkey, seeing her with the coconut, darts in, intending to snatch it. But Jade, this time she is ready. Or perhaps her hunger makes her fierce. She does not hesitate. She grabs the coconut, turns her body away, and sits on it, eating with a hurried defiance before moving on. She may be old, but she is not yet giving up. Now, Jade moves to another location, higher, a vantage point. From here, she can easily look for Javo amidst the playing youngsters below. She can also watch for obstacles, for the approach of others. It is a strategic rest. She sits here, her eyes slowly scanning until they lose their focus. She is looking now for something else, a suitable place, not to sit, but to lie down, to rest alone. And she finds it. Jade lies directly on the stone, on her side, utterly silent, utterly alone. This is work, this rest, a necessary labor of recovery. And as she lies there, one gets the sense She wishes for something, for someone to come and groom her, to pick through her fur, to remove the ticks, to give a massage, to offer the comfort of touch without demand. She lies in a state that is peaceful, yet watchful. Her eyes do not close. This is not sleep. This is vigilance at its lowest setting. This is rest. A little later, company arrives, not a harasser. A younger troop member, an adolescent perhaps, travels up to see her. It does not harm her. It does not act unethically. It simply arrives. And then the conversation begins, not in words, but in posture, in gesture, the offering of hands. It almost seems as if Jade asked, or perhaps the younger ones saw the need. The teenage member begins to groom her, gently picking through the grey fur on her back, her shoulders. A massage, a flea treatment, an act of social care. And under this ministration, a miracle occurs. Jade's body, which has been taut with the effort of existence, begins to soften, to melt into the stone. She allows it. She shifts her position so the young member can rub and massage everywhere. Her eyes, they begin to droop. Close. For the first time we've seen today, she closes her eyes. She relaxes. This is the gift. Not just the grooming, but the permission to be vulnerable, to be cared for. And then, reciprocity. After a long while, Jade sits up. She turns to the young member, and she begins to groom in return. Her old, careful hands move through the younger one's fur. This is not just hygiene. This is gratitude, a social debt repaid, a token of appreciation for the kindness of touch, a connection, fragile and deep in the harsh economy of their lives. And as Jade finally travels to a new location, carrying that small residue of peace with her, let us look for her daughter, for little Javo. She is not near her mother now. She is in the world of childhood. She sits with her closest friends. They are a tangle of limbs and energy, playing, chasing, sitting and hugging each other in brief, affectionate clenches. They walk, they climb trees with a joyful, reckless ease. Here, there is no calculation of scarcity, no fear of theft. There is only the present moment, the warmth of friends, the simple joy of movement and companionship. This is her life, running parallel to her mother's, a life of play, while her mother's is a life of endurance. The day will cycle on dot. Hunger will return. Fatigue will reclaim its territory. There will be more stones to climb, more glances over the shoulder, more quiet payments to make for a moment's peace. This is the daily life thing, not a grand story of kings and battles, but the profound saga of an old monkey named Jade. A story of hunger met and postponed, of fatigue managed in increments, of fear navigated with watchful eyes, of dignity maintained in small surrenders, and of the rare, precious gifts, a safe stone, a full belly for an hour, the gentle hands another grooming your tired fur. It is a life lived minute by minute, in the quiet, immense theatre of the forest, a life of enduring, a life being lived.